So Enlisted has decided to give us the birthday discounts. This is a massive discount, 50% off for all premium gold squads for gold orders, and these squads added to the major update. 30% discounts on all temporarily available premium squads such as the Type 99 Sniper Rifle, the MG45, the AKT-40, and the Lee Enfield P14. This with the 30% discount on Battle Pass weapons and whatnot is coming from November 4th to November 11th, with November 10th being Enlisted's birthday. And that's that. Overall, there are a lot of good squads that you can buy, and there are a lot of terrible squads that you can buy. In today's video, we're going to be just talking about that. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the squads that you should really get in this massive birthday sale, and I do think it is a really good birthday sale. Without further ado, let's get started. Starting off with the Soviet Union, there is not really much that you can get. P63A10, this is essentially the Soviet A10, as you can pretty much tell. I am actually surprised that the United States haven't gotten this in their own tech tree, because this is an American Lend-Lease weapon. This is actually the Aero Cobra, and it's really good at taking out pretty much everything. And if you know how to use this thing, which pretty much everyone knows how to use this, then it's really devastating. On the other hand, we also have the belt-fed DP. This is actually a very good weapon, and in my personal opinion, this is actually a very solid weapon. 100 round magazine, and it's a machine gun at tier 5, so that's good. On the other hand, we also have the KB2 squad, which is not bad. In terms of the Americans, there's actually much less that you can get. For one, some of their best weapons are actually at tier 2, i.e. the Matilda Enfield P4 sniper rifle squad. This is actually a pretty good sniper rifle if you ask me, and the scope is also pretty cool. That said, in terms of everything else, you also have the Mosquito, but in my personal opinion, the P47 outranks it in every single dynamic. More weapons, more bombs, and in my personal opinion, better flight dynamics. So that's that. Overall, everything else is a suggestion in which I highly suggest that you do not get. And although some of the weapons are cool, like the Churchill 3 and the Jumbo, they're really not worth it, and they're really not usable in combat, most notably. For the Germans, your options are actually a lot. For example, the Italian Moschetto M91 is actually not a bad squad. It is a beginner squad and is actually a pretty good squad, but it's actually pretty cool and interesting. On the other hand, you also do have the TZ45, which is at tier 3, and is actually a pretty good weapon at tier 3. Moving on, we have the MG45, which is actually not a bad weapon, although I do have people complaining about it, saying it's a little bit long to reload, so that's that. The one weapon that is coming back for Enlisted is the Irma EMP. This is actually, in my opinion, run on to the MP40, but in my opinion, it's not really worth the money against or compared to the MP40, so that's that. That said, let's move on to Japan, which is sadly one of the worst factions to get a premium squad for, along with the United States. For one, they have the Type 100 Paratrooper SMG, which is essentially the Type 100 SMG early, and is a pretty good submachine gun if you ask me. On the other hand, there's actually nothing really much good about that squad. You do have the Ho-Ha, in which this is an APC made by the Japanese, and in my opinion, it does look cool, and it does function its purpose, which is essentially to drive guys around. But in my personal opinion, the regular Japanese truck is arguably better in that regard. On the other hand, you do have the Type Co rifle, which is pretty bad if you ask me. You have a better weapon in the Hay automatic rifle. And in terms of planes, the Key 61 Hay is not a bad plane. It's just the fact that the Type 61 Hay is already in-game, and this is essentially the Type 61 Hay. And the fact that the Type 61 Hay is, well, a tier 4 weapon, and you do have a better option in the sense that you have the Key 84 Co. So that's that. Overall, everything else is really not eventful. And while we're on the note of enlisted birthday squads, I also do want to talk about the premium squad situation in general. And that is the fact that there are a lot of premium squads, and there are not a lot of good premium squads. Most of these rifles are either not anything new from, well, from the tech tree, and in my opinion, they should really revamp some of the premium squads. For example, give us weapons that are essentially fun and usable, and weapons that you can put in tiers 2 or tiers 5, because those are sadly the main tiers right now. So, that's that. That's it, that is all of it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next one.